Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat makes truck buying easy.
You're unique. Your insurance should be too. Call Blanchard and Calhoun Insurance.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Fundraiser bringing awareness to domestic violence and sexual assault. It's called Run a Mile in Her Shoes. It's a 50-yard dash in heels. Our Brittany Foster has the story.
On your mark, get set, go!
These men are strapping on their heels and pounding the pavement for a good cause. The race was part of the Run a Mile in Their Shoes event in honor of Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
This event is really important because it's shedding light on a very kind of grim topic that a lot of people are scared to talk about.
And sexual assault cases are also something that many are afraid to report. Participants created t-shirts with messages encouraging victims to speak out.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that everyone should know is that only 1 out of 3 sexual assaults reports to anyone for care. So when they seek services at the agencies, we know that 2 out of 3 that happen don't report.
But advocates say they do not want victims to suffer in silence, but instead take advantage of available resources like Safe Homes of Augusta, which helps people deal with domestic abuse.
So we help them through a variety of services. We do 30-day emergency shelter, legal advocacy, so if clients need a protective order, and through counseling.
Thank you so much for being here with Sexual Assault Awareness Month and knowing that it doesn't just stop with this month, that we're here 24/7, 365 days a year.
In Augusta, I'm Brittany Foster on your side.
Safe Homes of Augusta says that if you or anyone you know need help getting out of a domestic abuse situation, you can call their hotline at 706-736-2499. And excuse me. Activities, entertainment, and community service, those were all flowing today as several Augusta area organizations got together for an Earth Day celebration. It wasn't just about celebrating this planet we all live on, but most importantly, to promote sustainable living. The main event was over at Finney Swamp, but volunteers were out around the community picking up trash this morning.
It's all about awareness, you know. How Earth Day even came about is that the people said, hey, you guys, we need to pay attention to what we're doing to this earth. We only get one earth, right? And so we need to respect it, and we need to realize that this is the only place we're going to have our resources.
The event usually falls on the weekend before or after Earth Day. It was a beautiful day to be outside enjoying this earth, this planet that we live on. Mikkel?
Yes, it was a very beautiful day today, Celeste, and we saw a few more clouds in the past.
Prom season is back in the CSRA, and local businesses are seeing the money flow in. Our Maria Sellers has more.
Yes, Celeste, and the salon owner here at Cindy Salon says seats like this one have been full for the last 3 weekends with people coming in and getting ready for proms throughout the CSRA. And she says it's a welcome change from the last 2 years where so many events were canceled. Last spring, salon chairs were emptier than usual as COVID-19 canceled proms and other events throughout the region. This year, the salon is seeing a boom in customers and have been doing hair and makeup for proms across the region. And the salon owner says they're thrilled to be back to business as usual.
I'm so happy for them. It tickles me. I told them I'll bring pictures and send me pictures, and, you know, to be able to watch them do that just tickles me to death.
And coming up tonight at 11, we'll have a more in-depth look at how prom returning is impacting business here in the CSRA.
All right, thanks so much, Maria. Over in Evans, a big weekend favorite returned. This was the scene at the market kickoff at the Town Center Boulevard. That's right in front of the Performing Arts Center in Evans. There was tons to do for all ages. A little grocery shopping, arts and crafts, and amazing products made by local artists. We talked to event organizers about the event getting back up and running.
We've had a very good response. Tons of vendors that have signed up this year, probably more than we've had, definitely more than we had last year. And so far, we've had a great day with people showing up and coming out. So we're glad to see everybody out here joining us today.
The market will be open every Saturday until July. Mikkel?
Some good news right there, and we do have a beautiful weekend for any outdoor activities in store. Our next chance for rain, not until next Tuesday. We'll talk more about that coming up.
Folks ask.
Alrighty, thanks, Mikal. Due to the push for environmental change, more businesses are moving to certain initiatives. We'll explain after the break.
Come on in to Davis Appliance and Furniture, where you can find the best deals in town. It's tax time, so when that refund comes in, it's the perfect time to get the appliances you've always wanted. For the brands you trust at the lowest prices, visit us at Davis Appliance and Furniture.
Life isn't a
Come on in to Davis Appliance and Furniture, where you can find the best deals in town. It's tax time, so when that refund comes in, it's the perfect time to get the furniture you've always wanted. For the brands you trust at the lowest prices, visit us at Davis Appliance and Furniture.
The Live by Camera Network is brought to you by Mountaineer Pest Services.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
This Earth Day, demand for electricity was surging, and wind and solar power are booming to record levels. But experts say there are still obstacles on the road to clean energy. CBS's Tina Kraus reports from London.
The winds of change are moving faster than ever, with 50 countries, including the U.S., generating more than 10% of their electricity last year from wind and solar power.
And most countries have now realised that wind and solar are a kind of essential part of their future electricity system.
Researchers at the energy think tank Ember say the fastest transformations are happening in the Netherlands, Australia, and Vietnam. All three switched a tenth of their power from fossil fuels to green sources in the last 2 years. In 2021, all sources of clean energy accounted for 38% of the world's power supply, even more than coal. Do you believe we are on the road to a cleaner future?
We're moving in completely the right direction. We just need to keep that momentum and that growth going.
As the world's economies bounced back from the pandemic, demand for energy soared, causing a surge in coal power, mostly in China and India, driving rates to the highest level since 1985. With gas prices skyrocketing, spurred on by the war in Ukraine, analysts warn reliance on coal could escalate as European countries look for alternatives to Russian oil and gas. Experts hope the burst of popularity in wind and solar power will be the turning point toward a greener future. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Wind power use in the U.S. hit a huge milestone last month. The Department of Energy says on March 29th, wind turbines produced more electricity than both coal and nuclear energy for the first time in history. Now we're about to take a different type of live look. This is a live look inside. This is the Georgia Aquarium. You can see the massive schools of fish and sharks. Whoa, there goes a big guy. Swimming in harmony. I hope harmony. They look a little scary. Mikal, are you a shark fan? I don't know how either one of us feel about it. Anyways, coming up next in sports, we have area coaches that are getting ahead before football season, and the Atlanta Hawks star Trae Young played the right card in last night's games. More with Alyssa coming up next after the break.
It's time.
Kenneth Nugent.
Follow News 1226 on Twitter to keep informed with the latest happening near you.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
Well, football season may still be months away, but it hasn't stopped area coaches from getting ahead of the game. Coaches from almost every level in the CSRA, grade school to high school, joined together earlier this morning for a coaches clinic. Head coach of Ridge Spring Monetta, Brian Smith, says many programs have limited resources, and this is a way to grow the game both on and off the gridiron.
We're trying to make it so that when the players get to the high school level, they're a better football player. And that only happens if we train the middle school and the rec coaches. And also the fact that we want to understand that the game's changed over the year. You can't yell at a kid like you used to yell at a kid, or I got yelled at, or I used to yell when I first started coaching. Just with the game's changing, we want to continue to do those kind of things and move forward.
It wasn't all about the players. The clinic had a forum on how to grow as a coach into the next level as well. Well, it's been a tough road for the Hawks, and last night with Game 3 on the line, they went with the sure bet and Trae Young. And sure enough, with 4.4 seconds left, the gamble paid off when Young delivered. Now tomorrow night, they plan to play their cards once more. Young's floater gave the Hawks a 1-point victory, overcoming a 16-point deficit in the second half, flipping the switch on the Heat. The Hawks went with aid from the bench. Bojan Bogdanovic, Onyeka Okongwu, and Delon Wright combined for 40, but Young still says it comes down to who's willing to adapt as Game 4 approaches.
In the first two games, having to really battle to get into the position that we were in, I think really wore on us. That's the part of the playoffs, is just who's going to make the most adjustments and go out and capitalize on it. So we took care of business, but we got to be ready for Sunday and take care of business then.
Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. The Hawks have won 21 of their last 24 games at State Farm Arena. They go for 7 in a row tomorrow night. Mikkel?
Well, thanks for that, Alyssa. As far as temperatures, a warming trend through Monday and Tuesday, with then upper 70s behind our next cold front that does move through. We're talking about rain chances only really on Tuesday, and then behind that front again, it will be cooler, and then we'll see those temperatures back towards the 80s by next weekend.
Alrighty, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back at 11 o'clock. We'll see you there. Bye.
Let me tell you what happened.